Welcome back to County Connection. For this next segment, we are going to be talking about coping with holiday stress. And with us is Kellyn Glynn from Summit County Youth and Family Services. She's the coordinator for the Healthy Futures Initiative. Welcome, Kellyn.
Thank you.
So the holiday season is upon us, and there are a lot of fun things going on, a lot of festivities and activities, but the holidays can also be a source of stress and anxiety that can be hard on anyone. And also for people who are dealing with depression, the holidays can be a tricky time. Can you talk a little bit about why that is and what are the particulars of those pressures?
Yeah, definitely. I think the holidays for a lot of people are wonderful, and they're filled with family and filled with love and filled with a lot of happiness, and that's kind of what we envision for the holidays in a very positive way, and they can be wonderful. They can also be full of a lot of stress for a lot of those same reasons, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of places that you're supposed to be, there's a lot of expectations around what a holiday is supposed to feel like, what it should look like, that it's supposed to be about love and happiness and joy and just kind of all this positivity, but a lot of times that can be stressful to live up to those expectations, and just meeting kind of the expectations that are set around the holidays and having to be so happy and positive can be really difficult. Especially for those who are struggling with some sort of depression or grief or loss, mental health issues, anything like that. It can be extra difficult because there's a lot of stress involved in just noticing what you don't have maybe, or missing people that have been lost, and it can be really difficult, isolating.
Right. So if you are kind of starting to feel those emotions of anxiety and stress, or disappointment if things aren't kind of meeting that ideal expectation, what are some of the coping strategies and skills that people can use?
Yeah, well, we try to kind of encourage people a lot to stick to the routine of your normal everyday life. Try to stick to keeping things as regular and routine as possible, especially during the holiday season, because that can throw a lot of people off first and foremost. So trying to set your expectations realistically and trying to be true to how you're actually feeling, and if you need to take time or not go to the family function that day, or not try to make 3 different family functions that day, or friend functions, or whatever they might be, to just kind of own that and say, you know, I have to pay attention to how I'm feeling right now, and it's okay for me not to go to this, or to do something else instead that makes me happy. So sticking to a basic routine, setting expectations realistically, acknowledging that they are coming. I think that's something that sometimes gets in the way, as people try to just ignore that stress is going to be there, and then when it comes up, they're not prepared and not ready for it. So acknowledging that it's going to happen and that it might be stressful, and that's okay. And there's ways to take care of yourself, like, you know, taking an extra long shower, or taking a bath, or doing something relaxing, yoga, listening to nice music if you want to, whatever it might be for you personally, but just giving yourself that space to really pay attention to what you need in those times.
Right, and kind of, so you don't have to do absolutely everything on that list of events and engagements and activities.
Yeah, no, you don't. And I think that a lot of times, especially around the holidays, we think that we have to be everywhere at every time, and it's not something that we have to do. And for people that are struggling, especially with managing their depression or grief or anxiety, the expectations can be hard, and the guilt can be hard, and trying to do things that you don't really want to do, or that you can't really do at that time, is difficult. So it's about honoring yourself and paying attention to it and doing what you need to take care of yourself.
Okay. So Healthy Futures Initiative, which is housed in Youth and Family Services, has partnered with a lot of other organizations throughout the community and individuals to offer some events and services and activities that do provide some of the support and connection that you talked about. So a couple of these events have happened already, and there are many more to come. So tell us what's been happening so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things happening. So Healthy Futures Initiative and the Building Hope Initiative from the Summit Foundation have partnered to create a lot of different holiday events, knowing that this can be a stressful time. So again, like you said, building connection, building support in the community. These events are open to anybody and everybody. So it's not just mental health specific. It's for just anybody that might be going through something stressful or noticing that they feel stressed during the holidays, as we all do. And just wanting a kind of mental break from that. So we have a lot of different events coming up, ranging from different speaker series, yoga, arts and crafts activities. There's a couple of different things for everybody. There's family-friendly events and then things that might be more specific to adults. But yeah, we have a lot of great things coming, and excited for it.
And then I know with a lot of these events, built into the agenda is an opportunity for people to share a little bit about their own experiences or seek support from each other, and which is great to have that opportunity as well.
Yeah, definitely, because the whole concept is to just really make sure that people feel like they're not alone, and that we all share the same kinds of experiences from time to time, and so it's okay to kind of unveil those stories and let people know that you're going through something stressful too, and so are they, and you can kind of connect on that level and just relish in the fact that it's hard for a lot of people, and that kind of support can feel really great.
Good. And so just as an example of one of these kinds of events, you recently had an event called Survivor Day. Can you tell us a little bit about that event and how it went?
Sure. Yeah, Survivor Day was specific to people who have lost somebody to suicide. And that was an event that we hosted with Healthy Futures and with the Building Hope as well, to put on. It's comes from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and there's local chapters kind of everywhere around the United States and Canada that host these events, and they show a film, and then people that have lost somebody to suicide are able to connect and talk and share their stories and feel like they have some sort of hope and can connect on something that's really, really difficult. And the event went well. Of course, it's a difficult situation that brings people together, and so it's unfortunate that everybody is in the room together at that time. But the positive side is that there is a community of support there, and so that was something that kind of came to head, and we're working on continuing to bring everybody together. So that we can continue that support and continue that connection, so people just know that's out there in this community especially.
Great. And so this variety of events that takes place throughout December, the last one's on December 28th, is
yes,
that right?
December 28th is the last one.
Okay. And so those are at a variety of locations throughout the county, and kind of vary in the type of activity. So where can people find out all the specifics of those events, and where they are on the calendar and that kind of thing? Yeah,
so the main Facebook page, and I'm going to look because I don't want to mess it up, but there's a Facebook page, so facebook.com/Building Hope Summit County. And then there's also information about everything on the Healthy Futures Facebook page, as well as the county website. We're going to put information on there as well.
Great. All right. So aside from these events, what other resources are available in the community that people can access if they are struggling during the holidays and feeling anxiety, stress, depression, those kinds of things? Yeah,
so if anybody is having struggles with those kinds of mental health or depression, anxiety, grief, just holiday stress in general, Mind Springs is our local mental health center, so they can definitely go there. And then also the Community Care Clinic is a great resource for people to use to just gain support and help.
Great. And lastly, if people are interested in getting in touch with you or any of the programs that you offer, how can they do that?
Yeah, so my phone number is 970-668-4035, and then also through the county website, and looking at Youth and Family Services, and then the Healthy Futures page, Healthy
All right.
Futures Initiative.
Great. Well, thanks very much for coming on today
Yeah.
and sharing all this great info, and for all the hard work you're doing to put on these great events.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to be talking about brain injury prevention.